What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Debonair. I'm your host, Juwan Jenkins, and with me always is
Greg.
In today's video, we're going to talk about changing your friends, right? So last video we talked about, staying disciplined, right? Getting back to time management, right?
Building a routine.
Eliminating distractions,
Yep.
right? So once you implement those things, the next thing that you have to do is actually change your peer group. That's probably the biggest thing right there, right? So I'll let Greg take it from here, but.
So when it comes to changing your friend group, the first thing we're going to start with is our experiences with our friends that we had.
Yeah.
So like my friend group back in the day, we were wild. Not so much wild, but we were doing some stupid stuff we shouldn't have been doing. No business doing.
Child stuff.
Yeah. Stuff that could have got us roped up big time. I mean, big time. We ducked and dodged a lot of, situations that I only charge to God for getting us out of that situation. All of them.
Always. You gotta give it to God.
Always. And then, what about one of your experiences?
So for me, I had a lot of friends that were. So I was so focused on football, and then once I realized football wasn't a way for me anymore, my friends that I started hanging out with a lot of, they were just like you said, just doing dumb things, and I was kind of like new to the scene, so I'm like, all right, let me see what that's about. Let me see what that was about, right? And then as I realized, I'm like, yo, like this is not where I really want to go, right? Because I was never a part of it, so it was different for me to be able to look outside and like look at them from an outside perspective. That's what I had, right? So I mean, I'm blessed, like you said, to be able to make it out of those situations and to be able to, get to that next level. So, but the reason why we changed our peer group was because I knew, right? I had this big dream of becoming an NFL player, and I knew that if I want to get to this next level, there's certain sacrifices that I have to make. And not saying that my friends were making the wrong decisions, I just knew I wanted to make different decisions than them, right? I wanted to read books. I wanted to invest my money. In other words, I wanted to take care of my mom and put her in a situation where she don't have to work anymore. That's just me, right? And my friends necessarily wasn't on that same wave. For them, it was kind of different.
That's the reason why. My second topic.
Mm-hmm.
That's why should you change your friend group.
Mm-hmm.
I want to change my friend group because I knew what I wanted in life.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be financially free.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to retire my mom early and take care of my entire both my siblings and my family.
Correct.
So with that, I knew I had to separate myself and align myself with people who have the same like-mindedness. That's why I met Tom, my mentor, and Tom had told me you have to surround yourself around the right people on the same path as you to get to where you want to get to in life, no matter what. So I had distanced myself from my friends, and I started focusing more on me, started reading books more, started watching more YouTube videos about personal finance, growth, and all that stuff. And it made me realize that also there's a quote that I heard that my mom and my sister always told me: show me your 4 closest friends, and I'll tell you right now that you're going to end up being the 5th.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I had to distance myself from my friends at the time and focus solely on me and focus on myself.
Right, agreed. That's the only way that you're going to be able to get to that next level. You have to distance yourself, put a barrier between those that are on the same path and those that are not. So I remember clearly when I was with my other friends, it was very different of the path I was going. Like I couldn't see no future. But as soon as I changed my peer group, and I promise you, I put this on everything that I love, God started watching over me differently. It was different for me to be with my friends than when I started changing my peer group. Like, it's so funny when I tell people I only have like 4 or 5 friends. Like, that makes no sense. Like, how do you have a small amount? It's like because the people I'm around are all the same way. They all move the same way. So there's no need to have 20, 30, 40, 50 friends, right? High school is a great representation of that, right? Once you leave and graduate from high school, all those friends that you think that you have, you'll never hear from them.
Gone.
And I remember that clearly. I was like, oh yeah, I got all these people. 2 people. You know what I mean? 1 didn't even go to school. I'm like, that didn't even make sense to me, right? But that leads into the next topic. Once you change your peer group, the results from changing it, right, that I kind of touched on, you will see a huge difference in your life ultimately.
Yes.
Because once you understand that, okay, I don't have to go to the parties, I don't have to go to the clubs, I don't have to do this or I don't have to do that. It's like, all right, cool. Now that I'm at this next level, what do I want to do, right? Especially for us, it's like, all right, let's go to theater shows, right? Let's go to museums, right? Let's go to art galleries, right? Things that we really want to do that's going to level us up. Always thinking about how to get 1% better every single day.
1% better every day.
Right?
That's the code I live by. So like the results from changing your friend group that you can see within like the first, like in my opinion, the first like month or so, like I just saw that like my energy was different. I was carrying myself different. I just was different. You know? Like it was just a whole different experience, a whole different vibe for me.
It's kind of hard to explain, but like you just feel different.
You just feel different. You just feel like you're by yourself in a sense. Like this journey you're on is for you and you only.
Correct.
And which it is a journey for you and you only. That's a whole different conversation.
Well, I'm gonna chime in right there. I remember Lisa Nichols said this in a video that we all the door to where you want to go is for you to walk through, but we try to take everybody else with us. Right? You're trying to attach 4 or 5 people like mom, dad, boyfriend, girlfriend, trying to bring them all through a door and be like, oh, let's get to this next level. No. Right? You're a lone wolf. You have to make these decisions on your own. You have to walk alone. Not saying that you're gonna be actually alone. Like you still have friends. I know I'm alone, but like I know I still have people around me. Right? So you have to understand that there's a difference. Don't confuse alone with being actually alone. You're alone in the sense of your journey, but you still have a small community with you, bro.
Exactly. And in my book, Think and Grow Rich, that I'm reading right now, it talks about building a mastermind group around you, which is your group of friends.
Yep.
You need to find at least 4 to 8 people that have the same end goal as you.
Yep.
It's like we have the same end goal of being financially free.
Yep.
Our journeys are different, but we have the same end goal in mind.
Correct.
And we're trying to build a team around us
Yep.
of people with the same like-mindedness and the same end goal.
Yep.
And once you find those people, you put them together, you have weekly meetings, weekly conversations, check-in calls, help push each other. There's no ceiling. There's no ceiling at all.
Just give me a little bit, right? I have a friend of mine that's like his brother's really big into real estate. So I have one friend right there already in real estate. I have another friend that wants to do media, right? Greg's really big into finance, right? I'm going to be on another side, right? So when you have so many different people in so many different categories, you don't have to be good at any other thing. I can just be good at my field, knowing that my homeboy's going to take care of the other fields.
Exactly.
So now that group that we said is now huge, right? I don't have to worry about, if I need something, I'm like, bro, I need XYZ, help me out with this. All right, cool, he got me. Or he comes to me, it's like, Juwan, I need XYZ. Oh, I got you.
Exactly.
That's how you should work, right? I think somebody say, if you're 75% efficient in everything, you're a perfect person. But if you try to be 100% in 100% of every category, you're gonna always fall short.
Because you haven't mastered anything.
Yeah.
You're mastered nothing.
Yeah.
And that's why it goes back to like building that group around you. You just build yourself a team of lawyers, accountants, doctors, everything.
Said it.
Yeah. I have 2 people in my group right now who are, one's an accountant and one's a lawyer.
Yep,
I've known since I was about like 10 years old who I trust.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people who are going in my group no matter what. It's all about building that group around you.
Yeah. Once you do that, bro, I'm trying to tell you, life changes tremendously for you. Like it was amazing for me to change my peer group and watch how my mom acted towards me. She was like, she saw that I was changing my peer group, so she was like, instead of being like, oh, you need to be home at a certain time, it's like, okay, I'll see you when you get back home. I know you're gonna be home. Like it's like the trust has changed because she knows that my mindset is different. She don't have to worry about me ending up somewhere and being like, what happened? She's more like,
alright.
Did you enjoy last night?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of like, you know what I mean? It's a different level.
Yeah.
And I realized to me, just like, damn, like that's where you want to be.
And a lot of things people have a misconception about is that I've known this person since that's my day one. That's my day one.
Yes.
All because they're your day one, that don't mean they're your day forever. Or forever day.
Yeah.
Like they can be extra baggage holding you back.
The one thing I will say is, even if they're your day one, you have to make a decision, right? It's either them or you, right? Either you try to convince your day one, be like, look, this is how I'm moving over here. Look at the benefit. You show them the results. This is how it is over here. And if your day one wants to be like, hey, look, I'm gonna attach myself to that. All right, cool. I'm gonna help you. We're gonna read books. We're gonna buy stocks. We're gonna take trips. We're gonna go to theater plays. We're gonna do things that we want to do that's gonna level ourselves up. But if he's that day one, or she day one is still over on the other side, and you're not messing with that, you have to be willing to let people go.
Yeah.
I know that's the scary part. That's the hard part.
And people think when you let them go, you're being fake, you're doing all this stuff. No, you're looking out for yourself. You're getting to where you want to be.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go swimming in the ocean with a cement brick on your leg.
Yeah.
No. Like what did K-Camp say?
Okay, yeah. So there's like different levels to it, right? So when you grow, so everybody starts out here, and when you grow, you get to this level, and that person stayed down here. And And if you wanna understand this person and be on the same level, you have to come down. But when you come down, you lose. Right? So it takes that person to catch up to you. That's the only way.
If they don't want to catch up to you,
you
gotta leave them behind.
For this video, for sure, make sure that when you're changing your friend group, make sure that you stay focused on understanding that some people can't go. Your community of 30 people might shrink down to 5 people, but it's all for your benefit. You know what I mean? So signing off for Juwan and Greg. Stay there.